shelter from the rain. You're the pill, then take away my pain. You're the light that helps me find my way. You're the words when I have nothing to say. In this world where nothing else is true, here I am, still tangled up in you. I'm still tangled up in you. Still tangled up in you. You're the fire that warms me when I'm cold. You're the hand I have to hold as I grow old. You're the shore when I am lost at sea. You're the only thing that I like about me. And in this world where nothing else is true, here I am, still tangled up in you. I'm still tangled up in you. How long has it been since this storyline began? And I hope it never ends and goes like this forever. In this world where nothing else is true, here I am, still tangled up in you. Tangled up in you. I'm still tangled up in you. I'm still tangled up in you. I'm still tangled up in you.
This is supposed to be an extremely joyous occasion, but as you guys have found out today, it's pretty crazy getting a wedding together. So I want you to just breathe for a second, because I want you to take in everything that I'm about to say and everything that you're about to say to each other. You're here right now in this moment, and this moment is a good moment. It's gonna last, all right? All right. Exciting occasion, obviously. I am a substitute. I'm a stand-in. I wasn't supposed to be here. Pastor Brent, who was supposed to marry them, he actually invested a bunch of time into you guys leading up to this, premarital counseling, all that good stuff. He loves you guys. I know that it bugs him to death that he can't be here. But, you know, God works in weird ways. Be praying for him if you think about him, that he would be all right, because he's had some heart issues. So that's what he's in for. But you and I have some miles. I was thinking about this morning as I was preparing for a memorial service that I'm doing, and then found out I got to do a wedding today, a marriage. And we have some miles. Like we've been through some life together, and so this is a major honor for me to be able to do this. And I hope that you and I get some miles behind us going forward. I love, so just the name Victorino, you have me there, dude. That's a stinking rad name. So hopefully we'll get some time going forward. And what I want to do actually though is I want to start with all of you guys that came to witness this today. Because we're bearing witness to a commitment that these two are making before God and each other. But I really want to start with you guys. You guys just thought you were going to come and passively see a wedding. I'm assuming that you guys are their closest friends, their closest family, which means that you guys influence and speak into their lives more than anybody else. And so I want to start with you. And so I'm going to ask you to stand actually real quick. Everybody stand. This is already annoying, huh? I'm going to start with you guys by asking you to agree to support them in their commitment to each other. I'm going to ask you to commit to them by encouraging them in their marriage, by loving them well, by holding them accountable to each other, by spurring them on, both of them, to love and to good works towards each other, and most importantly, to pray and to intercede for them and their marriage continually going forward. Do you agree to do this?
Yes.
Yes.
Right on. Okay, you may sit back down. So in Genesis chapter 2 of the Bible, we see God create the first man, Adam, from the dust of the ground, and then God steps back, he observes his work, and he says, it is not good for man to be alone. You agree with that? I totally agree with that. It's not good for me to be alone. And it wasn't that his work wasn't perfect, it wasn't that it wasn't awesome, it was a masterpiece, but rather it was that man, just like God, was made to be relational. Man was created by God for relationship, companionship, and community. So God puts Adam to sleep, and he creates from him, Adam, for him, a companion. And then God himself performs the first wedding by bringing the woman and the man together and giving her away, the first father giving away the first daughter. And God concludes that together, the two of them are very good. They're complete, right? Companionship is covenant union, or companionship in covenant union is not always easy, but it is very good. You are going to share a lot of incredible moments together, both of you, going forward, creating new traditions and memories and dreams and adventures and laughing and loving and sharing and maturing, growing old together, growing wise together, right? All these things are good things, and yet there is something greater than all of them that awaits both of you in marriage. And that's the opportunity and the privilege to live out the gospel in your marriage before each other and before the entire world. The book of Ephesians, chapter 5, verse 32, the Apostle Paul says, in speaking of marriage, this mystery of the man and the woman becoming one flesh is profound. And he says, I am saying that it refers to Christ and the church. In other words, marriage is an earthly picture, earthly representation of the sacrifice and love that Jesus has for his church, the purchasing of his bride, which means that marriage is an ongoing exercise in gospel love and sacrifice. The gospel being the sacrifice of Jesus, driven by the love of Jesus to redeem and secure for himself a people of his own. And both of you, Brandon, loving Kayla as Christ loved and gave himself for the church, and you, Kayla, submitting, that's a dirty word, in everything to Brandon. By living this out, you will both display and experience the fullness of God's intended love and blessing in marriage, as is seen in the gospel. There are libraries of books that have been written on the key to a successful marriage, but I'm fully convinced that God alone holds the key to a truly joyful, successful, lifelong marriage, and it is this, that you outserve each other, that you out-sacrifice each other, that you out-love each other, like a competition, but a good one, where the other person is more important than you are. And the only way that we can possibly succeed at this, that we can live up to this tall order, is by determining to know and love Jesus more and more each day. It sounds wrong, but I promise you this is how it works. It's by you becoming more and more in love with him that you're going to love him better. and you doing the same, by you focusing on this vertical relationship, that this horizontal relationship, you're going to do better than you ever thought. It's by focusing here. It's by falling more and more in love with Jesus that we will fall more and more in love with our spouse, our partner, our companion, thus fulfilling the heart of God in marriage. This is your daily mission and privilege. And this is of utmost importance because you got to know that the world's going to throw everything that it has at this marriage. It's going to throw everything that it has at this marriage to break it and to bury it. But contrary to all the marital deaths that we see around us today, know that yours does not need to be overcome so long as Jesus is made the centerpiece of it. And just as Jesus' ongoing faithfulness and commitment to his church secures victory for it, your ongoing commitment and faithfulness to him will secure victory for this marriage. It is a glorious thing to know that Jesus never comes to a point where he looks at his church and he says, I'm over you. I'm going to go explore my options. I'm out. I want a divorce. And thank God, because I give Jesus reasons every day to divorce me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've given him a million reasons not to love me, and he's not paying attention to any of them. His love is just constantly winning and constantly keeping the relationship together. There is nobody else for him other than his church. There's no other potential bride. There's no backup bride. We are it. And that's what love looks like. So too are you to have this mind for each other. This is the sum total of the covenant union you guys are entering into today, before man and before God. It's a gospel one. So, Brandon, just as Jesus will never cast off his bride, will never leave her or forsake her, will never allow his promise and his commitment to her to be breached or broken, so too are you to be with Kayla. Do you understand this?
Yes.
And Kayla, just as the church is not its own, but has been bought with a price, purchased by its Redeemer and owner, forever joined, hidden, and secure in him, so too are you to be with Brandon. Do you understand and accept this? All right. Little man, what do you got in the box? You first, you take hers. And put that on her finger. We're going to do some vows.
You put it on first?
Yeah, man. Yeah. Are you ready? I'm going to keep it in short bites so that you can repeat after me.
Okay.
All right. I, Brandon,
I, Brandon,
take you, Kayla,
take you, Kayla,
to be my wife,
wife,
and that is okay too. My partner in life,
partner in life,
and my one true love.
and one true love.
I will cherish our union
I will cherish our union
and will seek to love you more each day
and will seek to love you more each day
than I did the day before.
than I did the day before.
I will trust you
I will trust you
and respect you,
and respect you,
laugh with you,
laugh with you,
and cry with you,
cry with you,
love you faithfully
love you faithfully
through good times and bad,
through good times and bad,
regardless of the obstacles
regardless of the obstacles
that we may face
that we
together.
may face.
I give you my hand,
I give you my hand,
my heart, my devotion,
my devotion,
my love
my love
from this day forward,
from this day forward,
for as long as we both shall live.
for as long as we both shall live.
Ready?
Ready.
I, Kayla,
I, Kayla,
take you, Brandon,
take you, Brandon,
to be my husband,
to be my husband,
my partner in life,
my partner in life,
and my one true love.
and my one true love.
I will cherish our union
I will cherish our union,
and will seek to love you more each day
and will seek to reach more
than I did the day before.
than I did the day before.
I will trust you
I will trust you
and respect you,
and respect you,
laugh with you,
laugh with you,
and cry with you,
and cry with you,
love you faithfully
love you faithfully
through good times and bad,
through good times and bad,
regardless of the obstacles
regardless of the obstacles
that we may face together. That we may face together.
we may face together.
And so I give you my hand
And so I give you my hand,
and my heart,
my
my devotion,
devotion,
my love
and my
from this day forward,
from this day forward,
for as long as we both shall live.
for
brother and sister. God gives you Christ as the foundation of your marriage. Therefore, welcome one another, just as Christ has welcomed you to the glory of God. Brandon, this is God's daughter, so take good care of her. And Kayla, this is God's son, so take good care of him. I want you both to know that from this moment forward, you are no longer your own. Your plans, your dreams, your decisions, your bodies, your beds that you sleep in, your finances, your lives are no longer two, but one. One unit, one identity, one flesh, before man and before God. And with that, Brandon and Kayla, by the authority given to me by God in the state of Oregon, I am honored and proud to pronounce you husband and wife. Brandon, you may kiss your bride. And so, family and friends, I am privileged to present to you Mr. and Mrs. Brandon Victorino.
Think we're ready?
No,
No?
no, I was taking pictures.
Any pictures you want, you may not get them now.
Take pictures first, it's fine.
Hang on, guys, sorry. I'm going to the next song. It's Sugar, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Play. Yay! Love you. All right.